Ladies and gentlemen, this next poem I'm going to blow is a part of my life, a real part, a very tough part. It happened in New Amsterdam, which is called New York, in a little section where I lived for about 15 years called Greenwich Village, USA. It's one of the few outposts of democracy in America, but it was too small for me, so I had to go away and live in a larger place, Africa. But in the summer I come to Europe because it's when it's warm up here, but when it gets cold I have to go back to Africa. And that's the reason I had to read the Amsterdam poem, because it was cold this morning, baby, so I'll have to leave you people, because I don't dig cold weather, nor do I dig bigotry. Bigotry and cold weather run hand in hand as far as I'm concerned. But I dig you very much. So I hope you like this poem. The title of the poem is Ice Freezes Red, a thing that really happened. That cold night when we all hated to say good night, that night when all had frozen, that cold night when we continued our conversations just to keep from going to that cold, cold room called home. The cold night when everybody was gone. The cold night when we all were dead broke, not a dime. That cold night when colder than ever winds blew. We stood there trembling and shuffling our bodies that windy, cold, cold, deserted Sheridan Square night. I remember that night, that cold night, when you glanced at the clock and it was 3:45 a.m. My hands were up to my elbows in my pockets. We three stood there in a huddle close together so as to blow warm breath in our faces as we talked. His breath was reeking of onions that night, that cold night. You had told me about him eating onions and sardines at midnight while sitting in the park in the cold, that cold, cold night of nights. And your breath smelled too of cheap sweet wine, the type that smells stronger on cold nights. There we stood for more than 2 hours, cold and cold and cold all over, but too damn proud to say good night. We talked some more and then some more, but never once did we mention, let's go home, baby. We were so cold, colder than cold. Man, I've always said that winter was strictly for whites only, he said. Man, you is one cold weather hating cat. And he is too. He hates cold weather because it brings hard times. I guess that's why he's a Muslim. Abstractly speaking, man, cold weather is damn right ridiculous. We three laughed loudly, but brief. It was too cold, too windy to laugh too long. Yeah, we stood there, being frozen stiffer by the minute. We talked and shuffled our feet some more. There we were cold to the marrow of our bones. It was so cold, so very cold, and we were being frozen by the minute, bit by bit. The winds blew our trouser cuffs. They made a strange flapping noise that only trouser cuffs can make. It was cold, cold, cold. It was so goddamn cold. We talked until 4:15 a.m. that cold night at cold Sheridan Square in the cold winter dawn of New York. Then out of nowhere, in a big shiny car, they came as fast as they could, driving down cobbled 7th Avenue, fast and noisy. And when they saw us, they yelled in unison as they drove by, "Hey, niggers!" And they sped on down 7th Avenue as fast as that big shiny car could carry them. We stood there, silent for want of something to do. Then we three, me, Ted Joans, Bashir Ahmad, the Muslim, and him, the bird, Charlie Parker. Yeah, we three crossed the cold, cold Sheridan Square that cold, cold night and headed for Barrow Street to that cold place called home, because we were no longer cold. Not now, baby, because we had been heated up by hate. Thank you.